Hello guys, welcome back to another lecture in this course. So in our previous video, we have managed to link this entry or the text entry or the Q line edit with this label. So what we need to do now on our lesson, so I want us to, since we are developing a simple and an example of a GUI application, you know, all application they need what we call about section or about the application. People need to know what your application can do and what can you do with that application. So we are going to add about application or about our application here. We're going to put a button right here. As you can see here, this simple application, what it's doing, it is having a timer, and this is the current time. As you can see here, it is working. Our time is working properly, and this is our label. This is our Q line edit or our text entry, and this is our button, our label, and we have successfully linked it. Now we need to add about our application section here. We need to add a button here. So this is simple. So adding a button, we need to import what we call a Q message box. So a Q message box is part of our Qt widgets module. So we need to go right here and we say comma, then we import Q message box. Okay, so after importing Q message box, our Q message box is going to pop up whenever somebody, if we run our program here and someone wants to know about the application, does this application do? What is the main purpose of this application? If someone click about information, a message will pop up explaining a detailed account about the application or how to use or the main purpose about this application. So let us go below here on our code, here on our string of code, and what we need to do, since we have imported the Q message box, and like I said, it's like a dialog box, just to pop up and show you the information with regards to the application. So now let us say self dot about button. So here we are going to store it in a button. So is equals to Q push button. So we are going to store our information inside this button. So Q push button, let us give it a name. Let us call it application info. So we can say information, whichever case. So application info. Then let us pass self here. After doing so, what we need to do, we need, since it's a button, we need to connect it with a function in which when user click, it should respond to something. When it is triggered by users, it has to do something. So let us create the variable here. Let us connect it here. So dot about button dot clicked. So it clicked dot connect. So if it is clicked, so we are putting the function here. So let us say self dot about this is about application, right? So now what we need to do is to create the function for about, so that when it is triggered by users, it has to display something or it has to perform an action. So this is our last function for this course. So let us put it right here. So let us define it here, about app, and let us pass self. Okay, then what we need to do, we need to call our Q message box dot, what we need is about functionality in our Q message box class. And what it's going to do, it's going to be active when we click this button, self dot about button. When we click this button, it has to do something. So it's going to display this text. So let us type my app. That's the title for our application. As you can see here, it is saying the parent widget or the parent Q widget, which is about button, this button. Now the title for the pop-up message, the title will be my app. Now what we need is the string. So let us add the text that is going to be displayed. So the text, let us type the text. Let us say this application was made using PySide6. Full stop. So in order for you to use a queue message box, you should put the name of the widget, which is about the queue push button. Then you put the title for the message box and also the message that you intend to display. So let us run our program here. Right, as you can see here, app information, okay, that's the name of the button. But once I click this button, it has to display. Well, once it is triggered, as you can see here, this is our icon, as you can see, and this is now the name that I've written here. Okay, let me move this here. Okay, so let me re-click again. So my app, this was the title for the message box, and this is my text, and this whole thing is part of the widget, about widget. After clicking it, this shows up. Then click OK. So if you need to perform, maybe you need yes or no button. Once you trigger this, there is yes or no. It depends with what you want to put on the window and the features that we can explore. So I think for this lesson, this was all for this lesson that I wanted to show you, that we can add about information and we can pop up a message box. So this is all for this section. So in this section, I wanted us to create this application and learn a lot about a lot of features in PySide6. So we have learned the basic features that you can come across in PySide6. So what we need to do, we need to compile our application so that we can be able to distribute it to friends, family, or anybody who wants to see what I'm doing. But the main agenda or the main objective of this section is for you to be able to deploy your application after developing it using Python or PySide6. So see you on the next lesson, where we are going to compile our program and deploy it for use. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.